Hello, hope you're doing well, and welcome to my SMITE 2 Eset guide. Eset, the goddess of magic and motherhood, ascends onto the battleground draped in divine energy, her wings shimmering with the balance of creation and destruction. Her power flows like the Nile itself, serene one moment, devastating the next. Eset's magic is built on choice. Will you wield it to heal and protect, or to unleash pure arcane fury upon your enemies? This goddess of duality demonstrates unmatched versatility. She can bolster her team with shields and sustain, silence and disrupt her foes, and detonate waves of energy with surgical precision. Eset rewards patience, timing, and adaptability. She is every bit as powerful as she is poised, and mastering her means mastering balance itself. And today I'll be teaching you absolutely everything you need to know to master this radiant ruler of the arcane. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss my future SMITE 2 guides, as I'll be covering all of the characters in SMITE 2. Also check out my Discord server if you have any questions or want to join a friendly, toxic-free SMITE community. Now let's dive right into Eset's abilities. Eset's passive is Funeral Rites. Whenever a god dies near her, she gains stacks of divine energy that grant her and her nearby teammates both health regen and mana regen. Additionally, every third basic attack is empowered, striking in a wider area and dealing bonus magical damage based on her invocation stacks. As her stacks grow, her strength and cooldown efficiency increase, rewarding her for staying near the action and supporting her team's momentum throughout a fight. Moving on to Eset's first ability, Wing Gust. Eset rapidly flaps her wings, sending out waves of magical wind that slice through enemies in front of her, while granting her increased movement speed and immunity to knockbacks and roots. This is her primary wave clear and poke tool, perfect for maintaining lane control early on. You'll typically want to put 3 points into this ability first to secure reliable wave clear and lane pressure before focusing on your other damaging abilities. It's safe, efficient, and allows Eset to deal consistent damage while staying mobile and hard to punish. Up next, we've got Eset's second ability, Spirit Ball. Eset conjures a sphere of spirit energy and launches it forward, choosing when to detonate it for a devastating explosion that damages and stuns all enemies caught in its radius. The further it travels before detonating, the more powerful the explosion becomes. Spirit Ball is Eset's strongest source of damage and crowd control, capable of locking down entire teams and setting up devastating combos. Once you're invested a few points into Wing Gust to clear, this should become your top priority to level next. It is the ability that defines her as a high-impact mage capable of both initiation and follow-up. Her third ability is Dispel Magic. Eset releases a pulse of divine magic that silences and slows enemies while stripping away their magical protections. Additionally, any allies nearby will gain a shield that grows stronger when multiple enemies are affected. This ability is one of, if not the best utility spells in the entire game. It cleanses, protects, heals, and weakens the enemy team, all in one cast. It's invaluable in team fights and should be leveled after Spirit Ball to maximize your crowd control and survivability in the mid to late game. And finally, we've arrived at Eset's ultimate, Circle of Protection. Eset summons a powerful circle of arcane energy at a target location, protecting allies within and charging as damage is dealt inside of its radius. When detonated, it explodes into a wave of destruction and restorative energy, damaging enemies and healing allies. The longer it charges, the more potent the effects. While active, allies inside take reduced damage, making it a cornerstone of Eset's kit. This ability is an absolute game changer, capable of turning the tide of teamfights, saving allies from certain death, or even securing objectives like Fire Giant and Gold Fury with its massive burst damage. Now that you understand Eset's abilities, let's cover how to best make use of them. Eset's playstyle rewards patience, rhythm, and awareness. She's not about frantic button mashing, but about calculated, deliberate spellcasting that controls the pace of a teamfight. Remember to weave auto attacks between every ability. Her passive empowers these strikes, so skipping them means missing out on significant bonus damage. Your core combo is straightforward but extremely reliable. Start with Dispel Magic, into an auto attack, then cast Spirit Ball, auto attacking again to finish with Wing Gust and one last auto attack. The silence and protection reduction from Dispel Magic set up Spirit Ball perfectly, ensuring you can detonate it for full damage. This combo delivers consistent burst, teamfight pressure, and sets up kills for both you and your allies. For maximum burst potential, Eset can unleash a devastating one-shot sequence that showcases her true power as the ruler of the arcane. Begin with Dispel Magic into an auto attack to soften and silence your target. Then cast your ultimate Circle of Protection directly underneath them, followed by another auto attack into Spirit Ball and then Wing Gust. Finally, detonate the ultimate at the end of the combo for an enormous explosion of magical energy that heals allies and annihilates enemies caught within. The slow, silence, and stun from her abilities keep enemies trapped inside of the circle, all while also reducing their protections to ensure that they take a massive detonation that can wipe an entire team if timed correctly. This layered control is what makes Eset so dangerous. Once she begins her spell rotation, escaping her onslaught is nearly impossible. If you want to see more of these combos in action, check out my channel where I will be posting some Eset gameplay tomorrow, showing off her ability chains in real matches, and consider following me on Twitch for live SMITE 2 gameplay. It's a great way to see these strategies unfold in real time and ask questions directly. Now that you know exactly how to play Eset, let's cover where she performs best. Eset shines brightly in the mid lane. Her exceptional wave clear from Wingust combined with her immense teamfight presence makes her a powerhouse in this role. She dominates mid-game rotations thanks to her ability to silence, stun, and shield, all while providing massive utility through circle of protections. Her scaling magic damage allows her to transition into a true late-game threat capable of turning entire teamfights with a single ultimate. In the right hands, Eset isn't just strong in mid, she defines the role. Eset is also an excellent support. Her kit is overflowing with tools that benefit her team: crowd control, shield, sustain, and an ultimate that doubles as both defensive sanctuary and an offensive weapon. Dispel magic and circle protection give her incredible peel potential and objective control, while her ability to silence and slow enemies can completely disrupt enemy carries. She thrives when paired with aggressive ADCs who can capitalize on her utility and setup potential. Eset can hold her own in solo lane, especially against magic-based opponents or bruisers with predictable patterns. Her sustain, shields, and wave clear make her surprisingly resilient early on. However, she does struggle against heavy physical pressure or hard engage warriors who can dive past the defensive rules. While she is definitely viable with the right team composition in solo, she's generally more valuable in roles where she can consistently impact the entire map. Eset can function as an off-meta jungle thanks to her strong burst potential and crowd control, but she does lack the mobility that a true jungler relies on. Her clear speed is decent with Wingust, but her effectiveness falls off compared to other assassins who could dive and escape quickly. Still, her ability to gank with the silence, stun, and shield can surprise enemies, and in the right hands, she can make it work. Eset doesn't really fit well into an ADC role. While her abilities offer range poke, she lacks auto attack scaling and sustained pressure required to compete with traditional hunters. Her kit is designed around spellcasting and utility, not basic attack dueling. She's far better supporting an ADC than trying to be one herself. Now that you know where Eset performs best, let's cover what builds you should use to maximize her effectiveness. While I can't give you an exact build for Eset as items in SMITE 2 often go through changes and fall in and out of the meta, I can tell you which stats to focus on and suggest some core items. In mid lane, you'll want to focus on intelligence, cooldown reduction, and penetration to maximize Eset's magical burst and overall utility. For intelligence, items like Book of Thoth, Doom Orb, and Polynomicon are excellent options to boost your raw power damage output. For cooldown reduction, Chronos Pendant, Spear of Desolation, and Cosmic Horror are all great choices that let you cast your high impact spells more frequently. And finally, for tank shred, items like Obsidian Shard and Soul Reaver stand as top tier picks, allowing you to cut through tankier targets and remain effective deep into the late game. These stats together make Eset a devastating mid lane mage capable of controlling fights, bursting down enemies, and applying constant pressure through frequent spell usage. When playing Eset in the support role, your focus shifts towards tankiness and utility, staying alive to protect your team and enabling your carries with shields and crowd control. For core survivability, Gauntlet of Thieves and Prophetic Cloak are excellent choices, giving you a strong foundation of health and protections. For utility, Talisman of Purification, Stampede, and Amanita's Charm all provide excellent team-oriented effects that make your pressure in fights invaluable. For hybrid defense and utility, items like Circe's Hexstone, Screeching Gargoyle, and Mantle of Discord increase your tankiness, offer cooldown reduction, and additional sources of crowd control, making you both durable and disruptive. Whether you build her for raw magical power in mid or utility and survivability and support, Eset's flexibility ensures she will always find a way to impact the game. Now remember, these items are just suggestions, as your exact build will depend on your situation, your team composition, and the enemy team's lineup. Also, do keep in mind that items are nerfed and buffed over time or even reworked entirely, but the stats themselves will stay consistent. You will always want intelligence, cooldown reduction, and penetration in mid, or utility and tankiness in support. But if you do want completed up-to-date builds or personalized advice, feel free to join my Discord server where I or other community members can help you out. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for a friendly, non-toxic group to play SMITE with, our Discord server is a perfect place for you. Now that we've covered how to build a set, let's go over a few final tips and tricks to help you master the Ruler of the Arcane. First is Weave auto attacks in between abilities. Eset's passive empowers her basic attacks after using abilities, meaning each auto attack between spells significantly increases your total damage output. Building the rhythm of ability auto will maximize your burst and make every combo hit harder. My second tip is to constantly make good use of your third ability, Dispel Magic. It is that good. This ability isn't just strong, it's one of the best utility spells in SMITE 2. It silences, slows, strips protections, shields allies, and steps up Spirit Ball perfectly. Use it frequently and deliberately, whether you're peeling for your carry, initiating a fight, or saving a teammate from danger. Dispel Magic can single-handedly shift momentum in your favor. My third tip is to use your ultimate with intention. Circle of Protection isn't just a teamfight tool or damage tool, it's a strategic weapon. Place it during objective fights like Fire Giant or Gold Fury to secure kills or steal objectives with its massive burst damage. In teamfights, position it where all allies can safely stand inside to reduce incoming damage while enemies are forced to fight within its radius. Detonate it at perfect moments for massive heal and devastating explosion that can completely turn the fight of a battle. And finally, master positioning and patience. Eset's power scales with awareness and timing. Stay behind your front line, control space with Spirit Ball and Dispel Magic, and wait for the right window to drop your ultimate. A well-timed circle of protection doesn't just win fights, it wins games. And that's it. You've reached the very end of this Eset guide. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my other SMITE 2 guides and subscribe for more content. If you have any questions, join my Discord server for more tips and a friendly community of SMITE players. And finally, follow me on Twitch if you want to watch me play SMITE live or ask questions directly. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Eset. Emphasis on the E.